So we're going to make some decisions as well about diet. So when we put your diets together, you can decide what you want to change and what you're not. I'm not going to force you to change too much. It's all down to how much you choose and how much you want to do. Okay, Jen, do you want to add anything more to that? Or?
It was interesting.
I'm Rumana Zahn. I run Rumana Health Limited and I'm the Managing Director. I run a business in the natural health field, so I run clinics in the field of natural medicine.
Intake, what's going in, what you're putting into your body. Then people start taking supplements.
When I set up Rumana Health, I wanted to set out from the onset an e-business strategy, and that was because I just knew that it would be so beneficial to the business. And most of the things that I do now are very much e-business related. For example, in my marketing, we produce a monthly e-newsletter, which goes out to all my existing customers, and actually it goes out to all the customers that have requested more information. So they are on the database and they get to hear the news, the latest news of the company, what's going on. And that's a really excellent way of keeping in touch with your market, because it doesn't cost a huge amount. And for a small business, it's really, really an advantage. When I'm asked to speak at a conference or when I'm training, the technology is really invaluable, plus for internal communication as well. Email is, I don't know what we'd do without email now. I have a PC on my desk, the scanner, the printer. I also use a laptop and an LCD projector for when I go and present. Different parts of my business use different types of technology. So for the clinic side, I will use desktop applications, a homeopathic package where you can actually put in the various symptoms of the individual, and then it'll come up with different types of remedies to suit that particular person. My website is called rumanahealth.com, and when I sat to design the website, I wanted it to be content rich. And that meant having information up that was freely accessible, so free information that I was providing to my customers, explaining to them what my services were and what was available, and also putting up pricing information so that they just had all the information there rather than having to pick up the phone and call. One part of the business also, we host retreats abroad, yoga walking detox retreats abroad. And the inquiries that I get from around the world, I just wouldn't get those. And I know it's cliche, but it really is a shop window to the world, because your market doesn't become restricted to the local market. It becomes, it expands into the national and international world. The wealth of information that you can access immediately is so useful in my industry, because you get up-to-date information, you get if there's something that you need to know or refresh your memory on, you can just access it very quickly. So having that facility there is really very powerful. I have to admit that email is the principal form of communication, because it's just so easy. And if I'm in a consultation with clients, I can deal with an email in between clients. It's so easy to do rather than picking up the phone and waiting for somebody else to be available at the same time. Constant support is necessary when you're in e-business for maintaining equipment, for instance, and making sure the software is running, because it's also very frustrating if anything goes wrong, because you can lose a day's work if your computer doesn't work quite easily. So to make sure the maintenance and running of that is vital. I received quite a bit of support from AnyLife, and they helped me to focus on the content of my website and the language I used on my website, so that I would get the most amount of hits and traffic to the site. The difficulties that are presented to small businesses like mine of going into e-business is the lack of knowledge about how e-marketing or e-business can actually help bring in business for the company, create business for the company, And I think without that knowledge, it's very difficult to see the benefits of it. And a director trying to make a decision in their business about how much to invest has to really understand that it's going to create some results for them. I don't think I could run my business without technology, actually. It would certainly make my life a lot more difficult. As a small business, it's vital for your growth to be seen as a modern and progressive company. And I think if you didn't employ some of those strategies of the internet and have ease of accessibility, then I think your business would suffer for it.